Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we're taking a look at The Precinct. The Precinct is a isometric cop simulator game, for lack of a better term. Basically, you think of games like Postal, the original, or Hatred, and sort of invert it, so you're the good guy. That's kind of like the vibe I get from it. So you play a new... I'm banging the mic. Oops. So you play a new cop on the beat called Nick Cordell. What do you think? Is that a Maniac Cop reference? Oh, and 2 is the best one. So there you are. Some free movie advice as well. And you join a precinct in Inverno City. You start off very linearly, straightforward. Start off straightforward, doing basically learning the jobs that you'll do. So, being a cop isn't just shootouts all the time. Oh no, you've got things like ticketing, speeding offences, graffiti, muggings, you name it. And you have to apply the code of conduct to each of those, so you won't be shooting people that are vandalizing. That's non-lethal force only, I'm afraid. If they run from you or attack you, that's arrestable, but generally sort of like you won't be employing too much force, and you'll just give them a fine. You also get to check their ID, see if they have any outstanding warrants, stuff like that, and also go through their pockets to see if they've got anything that might be a little bit naughty on them. And if they do, you can add that onto their... You sort of pick what offensives they've committed. You get it right, you get more XP. You get it wrong, you get less XP. So it works out quite nicely. And you do have a police handbook that tells you about the different charges and what you can do, what level of force you can do. Some you're not allowed to use force, some you can use non-lethal, and obviously you can shoot people as well. Yay. The shooting is clunky AF. It recommends that you play the game with a gamepad, which is what I did. It's still clunky AF, so God knows what the mouse and keyboard would be like. I hear the Steam Deck is Steam Deck verified, if you want to put it on that. Is capped at 30 in the Steam Deck mode though, so just be aware of that. Years ago 30 might have cut it. I don't think it does nowadays. It needs to be 60 at least. It's not too taxing. I think a 2060 is the recommended video card for it, so if you got above that, you should be okay, at least at Full HD or 1440p. Might struggle a bit when it comes to 4K on sort of not quite as chunky cards. It is an indie game by Fallen Tree Games, and it will run you £25. And I think it's worth the mind. The story isn't as long as I'd like it to be, and some of the gameplay is repetitive because obviously you're investigating the same crimes over and over outside of the story missions. So I mean, you can only look at parking meters to see if they're expired X amount of times before it gets a little bit boring. So there is that. The graphics are nice. They're not going to win, Game of the Year graphically or anything like that. In taking if you take each element of the game sort of by itself, then it's not great, but it does a really nice job of creating an atmosphere for the city, and it all ties together really nicely. So it's one of those where it's more than the sum of its parts in terms of graphics. It's obviously voice acted. The voice acting is okay. It's nothing too memorable, much like the story. It's not that memorable. It's just a standard cop cliche story sort of thing. You do get some rather nice sort of comic style representations of the characters when they're speaking, and they'll just highlight the one that's speaking. There's no animation to them while they're talking, but it works. It's fine. I'm relatively impressed by it. It's not going to be a game that's going to stay on my hard drive forever or anything like that, but it kept me entertained for the length of it. As I say, you do get bored of some of the activities that you do, some of the sort of patrols, because after a while you get to be able to pick what patrols you do, so you can do one where you're going out after speeding cars, which I hated, so I avoid that as much as possible, because I don't know what it is, but it never seems like you're going as fast as your speedo says you are. It feels a lot slower than you're actually going. I don't know if that's intentional, but that's it. And it's just a case of, like with speeding cars, you just pull up behind a car that you think is going too fast, and you'll get a readout on it that will tell you how fast it's going. You'll be like, oh no, that's fine. And just do that until you find one that's speeding. And then you can ask them to pull over. If they don't pull over, car chase ensues, which is bad for me because I'm shit at driving. Although the driving controls are not bad, I am just shit at driving. So, that is quite a nice thing. You can actually ask for compliance rather than just have to act, so you'll get criminals that just give up immediately when you tell them, and then you can handcuff them if you're arresting them. Once you've got them in handcuffs, you can then call in another unit to take them back to the police station, or you can escort them yourself. So it does give you a lot of variety in like how you can handle things. Like in car chases, you can call them back up, and that can be in the form of patrol cars, helicopters, or you can get a spike strip laid out in front of the car, which is a godsend when you're terrible at driving game, like me. It's just to blow their fucking tires at you, be like, hey, there we go. And then try and not run over it yourself, which is important. Almost did it, but didn't. So I would recommend it. It's currently very positive on Steam, and it's £25. There are parts of it that are a little bit jank. Like I say, the gunplay is not great. You will unlock weapons as you go. You have non-lethal items as well, like tasers and batons, stuff like that. So there is a nice bit of relevancy, and you sort of quite quickly learn what you can and can't do for various offences. So there's that. The combat itself, as I say, it's not very good. The shooting's loose, and there's a rudimentary cover system in it. So you literally just stay behind the box, pop up, pop a few rounds off, go back. You don't have unlimited ammo. You will have to refill from either ammo crates you find or the boot of a police car. And you unlock weapons as well, so like shotguns and things like that, after starting out with your revolver. So that is the Precinct. As I said, it's only £25. It's well done. It is a good fun game. It doesn't overstay its welcome. As I said, I was getting a little bit bored with some of the activities by the end, but overall I would recommend, particularly if you kind of played Postal or Hatred and went, yeah, I'd like to be on the other end of this and sort out the what was he called, the maniac or the lunatic or whatever he was in Hatred, the angry man. So that's it for me. I'll catch you next time. You take it easy.